Welcome to Hard English Stories. I'm your host, Frank Davis. Here, you'll hear short stories in clear, natural English. Stories about people under pressure, strange events, tough choices, and moments that change everything. This is not textbook English. This is real listening practice. So relax, listen carefully, and try to follow the story from beginning to end. Let's begin. I'm a people person. I crouched down at the side of the trail and couldn't believe my eyes. There were at least 20 people, more people than I had ever seen on this trail before. They couldn't see me because I was hidden by the dense underbrush and because they were marching away from me. Don't get me wrong, I'm a people person. I mean, you can't do anything without people. It's just that these people were wearing long black cloaks that obscured their faces. They were chanting in a strange language. I couldn't even tell if they were human. I was hunting with my father and my brother. In fact, hunting is how we supplement our family income. In the morning, I had gone for a short solo hike, and I hate to admit it, but I got lost. I sat down for rest for a minute and must have dozed off. The sound of chanting woke me up just in time to get off the trail and hide. It's a good thing I did. The cloaked marchers were herding a group of prisoners before them. I had three options. I could choose to stay put and hope my dad and brother would find me, or I could choose to go back the way the marchers had come from, or I could cut cross country down the hill looking for the creek that I knew was there. They say if you're lost, you should stay put and wait to be found. I wanted to warn my dad and brother before it was too late. I knew if I found the creek, I could follow it to our camp. There was no way I was going to follow those weirdos by myself, although I wanted to help those poor prisoners. I left the trail at a right angle and moved downhill. I stayed low and tried to move as silently as possible. I steered clear of dangerous flora and fauna. I wore good boots, good enough in the tough rain, and my hood kept out the chill. I made it to the creek. There wasn't much water in it. The trees grew in an arch and made a tunnel over the creek for a long way in the direction I needed to go. I could choose to walk up the creek through the tunnel of trees, or I could walk on a faint game trail on the edge of the creek, or I could choose to rest and drink some creek water and hope my dad and brother would find me. "Nobody's coming to save you. You must save yourself," Dad always squawks. I'm not sure he means it in these circumstances, but I decided to follow the game trail. For one thing, I'm not getting sick from drinking untreated water. Just because the water looks clean doesn't mean it is. It's a good thing I stayed clear of the creek. 10 minutes after starting on the game trail, I heard chanting and then splashing from the creek. The underbrush was dense to either side of the game trail, so I could simply squat on my heels and be invisible from anyone passing in the creek bed. I could see the creek easily enough and almost cried out when my dad and brother quickly moving back the way I had come. 5 of the cloaked figures were chasing them. The hunters were slowed by their cloaks dragging in the water. My dad and brother were dressed much like me, and even with their backpacks moved quickly. I could decide to stay hidden, or I could wait and follow. I was sick of hiding. I was about to stand up and shout to my dad and my brother when I felt a hand on my shoulder. Dad's taloned hand was on my shoulder, gently shaking me awake. "Wake up, son," he said, smiling down at me. I must have dozed off when I stopped to rest. This planet's air here makes us tired very quickly. I stood up on all four legs and pulled my black cloak tighter to keep off the chill. I joined my dad and brother, and together we herded the prisoners back towards our landing craft. This story is from Twisted English 2 by Dave Kipper, read by your host, Frank Davis. Thank you for listening.